Hello and welcome everybody back to Chair League, the Holiday Cheer Extravaganza quarterfinals here, top 8 match. This is going to be a best of 3 series coming up here. Team R2 versus the Squirtle squad. So we have now confirmed Ragnaros is in fact available in the tournament, so he'll be insta-banned. No big shocker there. Right away we see our Team R2 letting that one go, getting rid of it here on Brax's holdout. Probably one of, if not the best map I can think of for Ragnaros. Just ridiculous amounts of wave clear, so we probably don't want to see him on this map. His ability to either shut down or enable one of those Zerg pushes and really capitalize, just too powerful. So Team R2 is just going to let that one fall right on off to the side and get rid of that right away. Squirtle Squad taking their time on this respawn band here from the second drafting position. This is, of course, Squirtle Squad's map choice here, being the away team starting off here in Game 1. So we'll have to see what they decide to go with here. It is going to be a Diablo band. Diablo, well considered to be one of the most broken heroes in the game right now after his rework. Really good wave clear, really good health. It's always funny as Malfurion, one of my main heroes, trying to heal a Diablo is kind of laughable. So they're going to ban him out right away. He's just too powerful, too much presence on these points, and that is going to give first pick over to Team R2. Malfurion available, but they're gonna actually go straight to Gul'dan. So prioritizing the wave clear, prioritizing that a lot of damage that he puts out, along with Horrify, being able to have good presence on these map points here, on these beacons, trying to pick up these Zerg waves. 2 picks coming up here for Squirtle Squad. They could decide to try to monopolize either the tank or healer role, or why choose? They could go with both here. Gul'dan doesn't really reveal too much other than the fact that they're going for wave clear. So they are going to go Ariel. They could try to pair that with a Vala here early, but they are apparently looking to try to put the squeeze on that healer role, try and force a healer pick here from Team R2, create some kind of chokehold opportunity for themselves coming up into this next ban phase. The question is, what do they want to pair with it? They have a few different options of good, solid heroes to pair that up with, and they are going to choose Sylvanas. So Sylvanas, normally a priority on this map because of her ability to shut down these towers and move with these minion waves, these Zerg pushes. We usually see her banned out early, but with Ragnaros and Diablo in the format now, it seems like there might be some room for that to change. Well, we do have kind of the 2 wave clear roles, specialist kind of roles, and now both healers. This is going to give an opportunity for Team R2 to get the chokehold on that tank spot, and that is what they're going to do. They're going to pick it up. The first pan Rag. Yeah, Super Jova is around. That's nice to see Super Jova's here. We just got the confirmation that Rag isn't banned. We were unsure. Then we know that normally in Chair League, heroes are not banned right out the gate, unless their win rates are really high. So that's where the confusion was coming in, because his win rate is so it's too damn high. But we are going to see Dahaka going to be the ban out here from Team R2. So they are looking to monopolize that tank slot there, as they're going to take ETC, the best global presence tank in the game, other than Dahaka, with that stage dive, and then they'll ban out the Dahaka to deny it from the Squirtle Squad. Meanwhile, Thrall going to be the ban out, as it does look like they were kind of building for that Bloodlust Earthquake kind of idea. They could have gone with that. Probably not with the Malfurion, but definitely the Earthquake could have been an option there. So they are going to choose to try to diminish that Wombo combo potential and instead go ahead and ban out Thrall. So this is going to give them an opportunity to pick up some burst damage here. No burst damage picked up so far in the game, unless you count Gul'dan, but personally I don't. I feel like he can build late game to be a little bit bursty, but certainly not a burst damage hero like a Jaina, like a Kael'thas. So they're going to go ahead and pick up Johanna here. Not wanting to reveal too much, wanted to save that last pick probably for more of a flex. They really didn't need their tank here. Probably not going to see an ETC Johanna, but they are going to go ahead and pick up their 2 frontliners, as Team R2 still needs that one more frontline heavy person, and they're gonna kind of leave that next slot open for a little bit of counterplay. However, they have picked double tank here and left Tychus open for Team R2, so we'll have to see if they want to go ahead and try and pick that up here. Excuse me. We do have these last 2 picks coming up. Yeah, I wouldn't release OP heroes. Yeah, that's true. That's fair. But Super Jova, if you don't release OP heroes, then who's gonna buy them? You got to think about this from a Blizzard standpoint. You got to release the hero a little bit OP so that everybody plays it and loves it and gets used to it and it gets into the meta. And then you just you just scale it back a little. That's what bans are for. So we are gonna see these last 2 picks here from Team R2. They have all the time in the world to pick these up while I go on random raves here and just kind of talk about nothing. But definitely still wanting that other frontline option. Artanis has been an interesting thing. We've seen some people breaking out lately. Not Dahaka, but Alarak still an option if they want to go with that. And they are going to choose the Tychus as their backline assassin, which makes a lot of sense here against this double tank front line of Zarya and Johanna. They still need that one more frontliner, though. You'd think that they'd want a little bit more presence here for these beacons being able to push in. And we'll have to see what they decide to go here. Thrall off the table, so that is not going to be available. Diablo, of course, also banned out here. Doesn't make for a bad bruiser. You know, if you have a frontliner tank, Diablo can be your bruiser. But they are going to go with the Butcher. So we saw this come out in the last game with Team R2 as they were able to secure that victory in the top 16 match. And it's Kerrigan. It's not Butcher. Okay. So okay. We did see the Lightsy Butcher before, but it is going to be Kerrigan, in fact. So it's going to be Kerrigan and Asmodan coming out as those last picks. So this should be interesting. The ETC Kerrigan, a very strong combination that we see played quite a lot with that serious lockdown potential. Also the Malfurion roots to follow it up. Asmodan, very strong on this map with the counter push, being able to aid in those pushes for the Zerg waves. But I really do like Squirtle Squad's draft for the map specifically. Your ability to push with Asmodan, with Sylvanas, and those Zerg waves. Zarya, hyper carry in that front line. It is very, very strong. And it scales. It scales really well. Whereas Team R2 with that Kerrigan pickup, not the Butcher, but with that Kerrigan pickup, they are more early game based. So I think these guys might have played each other before. I love the back and forth going on in lobby. But yeah, they do have a more early game comp. They're going to be looking to rotate and get picks early to be able to snowball this map. It is a very snowbally map, and you can't allow Sylvanas to be able to get these big Zerg waves to be able to enable her and that passive. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how this goes for Team R2 versus Squirtle Squad. First game of a best-of-3 series here in the Chair League Holiday Extravaganza tournament. It's been a lot of fun so far today. We are in the top 8 at this point, so we've got 8 of the best Chair League has to offer. And got these guys heading on into lobby here, getting readied up and ready for this first match here on Braxis Holdout. It is a very snowbally map, but we do occasionally see it go late from time to time as well if teams prioritize the defense. We'll have to see how these teams decide to prioritize here. Oh, I don't see Asmo. I guess that was also an Alarak pick. So just forget that draft. Forget everything you know about drafting in Heroes of the Storm, because apparently it is going to be Alarak at the end of that. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. Like my concept of Heroes of the Storm has gone completely out the window. I guess it does make sense. Sylvanas with Azmodan, that's maybe a little bit too much push and a little bit not enough damage. Anyway. So we are loading up here into Braxis Holdout, Game 1 of this top 8 quarterfinal match here for Team R2 is going to be on the left. The Turk is going to be playing Gul'dan. Stereophonic going to be playing ETC. Moody Rooster on that Tychus. Tippintrix is going to be playing Malfurion. And Lightsy is going to be playing Kerrigan. Give it up, guys, for Team R2. On the right, we are also going to be seeing Squirtle Squad. Crispy is going to be playing Zarya. Toon Slim is going to be playing Johanna. Resolve to Solve on Sylvanas. Ember is going to be playing Ariel. And Swabs Magoo is going to be playing Alarak. This is the Squirtle Squad. You see right away the 4-man rotations both going to top here. Gul'dan actually going to go ahead and rotate up to top as well, it looks like. Maybe going to swap out here with Kerrigan. So we got the solo laners actually going to choose to go to bot here. Swabs Magoo getting started here. Alarak, one of the strongest solo laners in the game. Kerrigan, though, a very ganky hero with that combo. Not going to start off with that, though. Lightsy's just going to throw out the wave clear in the top. We do see the poke battle going back and forth here. A little bit of an advantage here for Squirtle Squad early as the health bars slowly starting to fall on the side of R2. Nothing that Malfurion can't handle, though, with a little bit of time and a few Qs. Both teams posturing up towards that globe on top. Definitely something you see out of some of the best teams in the game on this map. They are always prioritizing making sure to try and get that globe in the top. Crispy doing a nice job of feeding a lot of that energy in through those shields and getting that damage out. Iron Skin will get Johanna away from those members of R2 up there. The re-engagement coming in, the slide in from Stereophonic to try and isolate Toon Slim a little bit. But we do see the fight over the globe, goes over to Toon Slim and the side of the Squirtle Squad. Crispy taking a lot of damage, but the shield's going to come up to be able to protect them. Resolve to Solve also very low in the back there. Ariel trying to keep them up here, but not a whole lot of damage output as we see R2 back off while Malfurion can continue to heal that. He is going to have to back, though, completely out of mana. There is one big advantage there that Ember brings to the table on that Ariel. No mana. Just able to continue throwing out those heals for as long as damage is going out. Right now that hat is on Crispy, and with that bar fairly full for the energy, Crispy is getting a lot of damage out. The poke is coming out, so Ember doing a nice job of keeping these guys alive. Stereophonic getting very low. And also worth noting that Swabs Magoo was able to pick up that in the bottom, where Lightsy just not able to contest him right away. It looks like he is going to go in to try to at least force Swabs to rotate there. But in the bottom, it is held. It is in the top. It is held as well by the side of the Squirtle Squad, and they're going to get fairly instantly a 100 Zerg push here in the bottom lane. And so we are going to see the rotation coming in here as they are going after the Turk. He is trying to rotate out here as quickly as possible, doing a nice job of at least getting some damage out. Stereophonic with the slide to try and get him out of here, but a great detainment strike there by Ember, being able to get the stun out. Stereophonic is going to go down as well. That is going to be a 3-for-0 exchange as the Zerg are pushing in the bottom lane. Meanwhile, here comes Resolve to Solve. It's going to be able to shut down these towers and be able to get the fort down here easily. This is going to be a free fort here. They are going to rotate Alarak to top to keep the soak going here. And the Squirtle Squad looking very, very strong early here. Very early fort here at the 3.5-minute mark. And they are already pushing in towards the keep. Toon Slim goes in with the Condemn, trying to zone out some of the members here, trying to get them trying to get them back just a little bit here. And they are going to start on this front wall. The root comes out to be able to stop Crispy from advancing for a moment. He's going to actually take a step back and try and get some Ember heals here. Ember holding on to that full energy bar as they are able to get that heal up. The front wall is down. The Zerg are still here, still pressuring. This Ultralisk has not gone down yet. We do have the 2 solo laners in the top, so this 4v4 continues here. They're going to continue to shut down the tower, though, and they're going to keep the pressure on here. The health bar is still very high, and with Ember, as long as the attacks are still going out here, they can continue to do this. Resolve to Solve, doing a nice job feeding the energy, and they are going to get a little bit of damage out, almost half the health of that keep out as well. The stun is going to go down on Resolve to Solve. Stereophonic with the follow-up slide, and the last-minute shield coming in from Crispy, but ultimately Lightsy is able to jump in there and get the kill. Toon Slim caught out in the middle of this team as well. The Condemned comes down, but ultimately they are going to sacrifice Toon Slim to be able to get Crispy and Ember out of here. So calculated risk there, or sacrifice, I should say, for the side of the Squirtle squad. But still, they got a lot of work done. That keep is in dire trouble if it comes under attack once again. And still managed to keep Alarak in the top lane, doing a nice job of keeping him up there to soak at the very least. Both teams just going ahead and resuming their normal laning presence, trying to get that XP. Race to 10 is on here, is being won pretty hard by the side of the Squirtle squad, but both teams will eventually rotate out here to get these camps. Gul'dan, the Turk, going to go ahead and stay down here and work on getting that soak, while both teams just rotating to their bottom camps. Going to pick those up fairly quickly. Rotate up to the top, and the solo laners continuing going back and forth. Lightsy and Swabs Magoo having a little bit of fun, I think, going back and forth in this. Both do have some form of self-sustain, so no surprise that they could stay in there for a while and keep on going back and forth on that. Camps are starting to push out into lane here. Going to be an easy clear here for the Squirtle squad. We'll give them a bit of a positional advantage here in the bottom. Meanwhile, Toon Slim getting caught out a little bit. We do see the rotation coming in from Team R2. They're going to go in to try and get that kill, but a nice response here. Quick rotation from the Squirtle squad, being ready to support their frontliner in that, but ultimately a positional advantage to start out here for Team R2. They are going to be able to capture this beacon, and it does look like they're going to get the beacon in the top as well. Lightsy's going to push Swabs Magoo off of this for just a bit, but then the level 10s come in, so we are going to see it is going to be Expulsion Zone for Zarya, the ability to zone out on those points or to try and catch somebody out if they get caught in a little too far. Crystal Aegis, it is going to be Blessed Shield for Johanna, no big surprise there. And they are pressuring this bottom keep. They have the bottom tower, they have the bottom beacon at this point, so they are, instead of rotating up, they are going to choose to go ahead and try and get themselves a keep here. And Crispy staying in nice and deep, Toon Slim also staying on it. Resolve to Solve, able to shut it down, but Crispy getting very low, is going to be taken down here, even without the level 10s. Wailing Arrow, not enough to be able to keep them down, and Toon Slim also looks like he's going to end up going down here to Moody Rooster and that damage, but Alarak able to at least rotate in here and get the beacons back. So they're going to be able to cast for at least a little while, going to get a few percentage in here, and Gul'dan with the rotation to the top to respond to Team R2 getting this bottom one. The Aegis comes out, and Resolve to Solve is going to try and get out, but the stun chain comes out from Lightsy and Stereophonic, and that is one dead Sylvanas. Swabs Magoo looking to go up against the Turk here, but is going to back off with the rotation coming in here. And Team R2, as soon as they got those level 10s, very nice response here to be able to push back Squirtle Squad, pick up these beacons once again, and they are going to get very close to a full charge. So they are indeed going to get the full charge with Stereophonic staying on that point. Is going to be able to slide away to safety. Moody Rooster in the back was looking to flank. He was ready to go with that Draken laser drill, but ultimately Team R2 is going to think better of it, back up and heal up. And they are going to be able to utilize this bottom push to try and open up something for themselves here. In the top lane, a couple of Zerg coming in towards this top one. Nothing that Gul'dan and that superior wave clear can't take care of, though. So right away, we do see Toon Slim trying to get in there to get at least some damage down. Aegis goes down onto Resolve to Solve as he gets a little far in and targeted there by Lightsy. But Ember doing a nice job of countering that jump in and attack, an instant attack presence from Kerrigan. Just instantly Aegising the person that gets targeted, not even waiting for the damage to come down from that Kerrigan burst. So I really respect what Ember's doing there, really turning these fights, keeping the team really high, enabling everyone to really be able to push that. And this is going to result in an easy keep for them. The 2-for-0 exchange in that bottom lane after pushing back the Zerg wave. Didn't even get hardly a scratch on that bottom fort, and it is indeed Squirtle Squad dominating right now as they are going to start rotating to get these aggressive camps. Toon Slim doing a nice job zoning for the team, keeping that vision out, and they are going to go... they're looking at boss here. They're rotating to the mid, and it looks like they're going to rotate right through it. Made me a liar. I don't blame them, though. That's a bit of a risk. Even talent tiers at the moment. Level 13 will now be picked up, and they're going to forestall that top camp capture just a little bit. We do see Tip and Tricks getting eyes on that boss to make sure that they're not capping it, and going to be pretty much even caps here in the bottom and top lane. While we do see the top camp being captured there by the side of Team R2. But they got to watch the rotations coming in here. Tip and Tricks is going to be completely caught out here. No way he's getting away from that burst. Instantly taken down from that 5-man rotation. And now Squirtle Squad, with Malfurion down, realizes that they have an opportunity to get a free fort here. And they are going to take it. The instant rotation. No hesitation from these guys. And you can tell they've been playing for a while. Squirtle Squad, one of the more experienced teams that we've seen around for a very long time in Chair League, and you can tell these guys are used to playing together. They are all on the same page for sure. You have Kerrigan in the bottom lane. Lightsy trying to get at least a little bit of soak there, trying to get them 13. The rotation will come in here from the side of the Squirtle Squad. They send the lone Johanna to pick up that top beacon. The instant... ooh, and we are going to see Lightsy get caught out a little bit here. The pull-in from Alarak from that telekinesis is going to be enough to zone him out and take him out there. And that is going to be a nice solid pick there, as Kerrigan, we all know, is not the best scaler in the late game. So slowly but surely this one does feel like it's slipping away from the side of R2. And this is going to be a Zerg push that's pushing in the bottom. So they are going to go ahead and commit to trying to get this top beacon back. Ultimately, though, Tip and Tricks in a lot of trouble once again. Detainment Strike goes down. Pull in from the telekinesis. They are going to be able to get Tip and Tricks out of this, but the team getting very low, and he actually will go down there from the ranged burst. And we see the stage dive coming in to try and get a little bit of zoning there, but ultimately they are going to continue to be pushed back. Stereophonic in a lot of trouble here, is going to have to walk away as the Zerg push is going to be coming in the bottom lane with this, with this camp that's already pushing. The rotation here perfectly timed as the first Zerglings start to wander their way on into the base. And this is a very, very scary moment if you're Team R2. They're doing everything they can, but they don't have Gul'dan. They don't have their main form of Wave Clear, and instantly Lightsy is going to be blown up after jumping in. The Crystal Aegis goes down to be able to save the priority target that Kerrigan was going on. And just a perfect play on that, yet again, from the side of Squirtle Squad. Perfect utilization of their combination there. Great Aegises from Ariel all game long. And just they just capitalized on it every single time. Swazwagoo hitting the combos with that with the silence. The detainment strikes were great from Ariel as well. And boy, aren't we glad that they got Alarak instead of Asmodan? I'm just saying. Who needs to watch the draft ticker? Taking really good advantage all game also of the Sylvanas. As soon as they got any kind of strategic advantage, they instantly just went on the closest structure. Because they had Sylvanas, they just had the ability to do that. Shut it down, take down those towers. Zarya can soak some of that damage and get a little extra energy back. And they played the combo fantastically. So this is going to be second map. The pick is going to be going over, and my camera's been adjusted by my cat there. My apologies, folks. But this is going to be second map pick going over to the side of Team R2. So we'll have to see where they want to host their opportunity to come back here for that second game. Go ahead and get the reports in here and get us moving on to game 2. Alright, so we're going to be going to Infernal Shrines for game 2. Get these guys all set up in lobby. Draft links out here. Get my draft all set up as well. All right. It'll be interesting to see how this game 2 goes. I felt like Team R2 had some good solid rotations in there for a while. They did do a nice job of putting the pressure on, getting some decent Zerg pushes in themselves. But it just was an overall all around great draft there from the Squirtle squad. They picked up everything they needed. That Alarak really closed it out with their strong solo laner. They had a good solid 4 in the bottom lane that could push and capitalize. And that's the thing with Sylvanas. With a Sylvanas comp, you have to be able to capitalize. If you can't capitalize on that big push, then you've kind of wasted that pickup. But they did a great job of capitalizing on it every time it came down. And it does look like we have the draft underway here for Game 2. Teams are slowly filing their way into the lobby, but I trust that they're going to make that work. And I'm on the wrong one. Not bad, folks. Get this... those are your brackets for anybody that The winner of this match gets the honor of going on to face Brawls Deep, which will be a pretty fun one here. Nope, not that one. We're missing something here. Let's just remove this and get over to the draft one, shall we? Sorry about the technical difficulties here, folks. Window capture with OBS doesn't always like to respond well. There we go. Got the right screen at least. So just to keep you guys apprised of the draft, they have begun here. It is going to be the Lost Vikings banned out instantly from the side of the Squirtle squad. Ragnaros, the Respond band here. No surprises for Team R2. And Diablo, the first pickup. So we'll get this back up. And we'll get it a little bigger for everybody to be able to see. There we go. I like it better this way. So we do have the Tychus pickup here in response from Team R2. And with Diablo basically having as much health as Cho'Gall now. Or so it feels like. Or so it might be. I think it actually might be the same. But with Tychus, a great pickup here to be able to slowly whittle that health down. And second pickup coming here from Team R2. They do have an opportunity to get their priority healer if they choose to. Once Diablo is picked up, you kind of can't win in the tank category, so you might as well pick up drafting advantages elsewhere, if you ask me. We'll have to see what they decide to go with here. So it is going to be Zarya. They're going to choose to steal that pick away. We'll start this off. So a good couple opportunities here. You know, same thing I had mentioned with the healer before, where the Team R2 maybe could have gotten their priority healer. This is an opportunity for Squirtle Squad to really be able to pick up the advantage in that category, and so they will go with Malfurion. Well believed to be the strongest healer in the game right now, other than possibly Ariel. But if I'm Squirtle Squad, I am drafting Malfurion and banning Ariel here on this map to deny any possibility from Team R2 being able to have a very, very strong healer. Brightwing's still an option, but probably not as strong. And he's not bad on this map, but not super strong heals, and he's easily counterable with good burst damage. So a couple of opportunities here for the Squirtle squad. They could go with another frontliner, try and monopolize that as well, get their priority pick there. They could go with a burst damage dealer if they really want to go that route. We haven't seen Team R2 really pick up any of that just yet. They've got their sustained damage in Tychus. They've got Zarya for that big frontline damage. So they are going to go Sylve once again, prioritizing the specialist pickup. I liked what I saw out of them the last game with Sylvanas, and as the old saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's another strong push objective map here with the Punisher, so Sylvanas very good at enabling those pushes. I've seen matches where teams will take that first Punisher directly through the first keep of the game on that initial push with Sylvanas. It's just that crazy what Sylvanas can do with these things if your team's coordinated around it. And with Diablo and Malfurion and those zoning roots, it can really be a problem. Meanwhile, we do see the band coming out here, Thrall, for the side of the Squirtle squad. Going to try and force them into a different solo laner. They'll have to see what they decide to go with in the Kerrigan band coming out from Squirtle squad. So, going to go ahead and deny them that Kerrigan pickup. One of the strong things that did come out of Team R2 there was that Kerrigan usage by Lightsy in that last game. Kerrigan very strong in this map, very good at being able to clear these shrines, can solo clear it as fast as most teams can clear it together. So they're going to go ahead and ban that out and deny that. Sorry, I didn't see your chat, Indie Bear. My bad. But yeah, that's me when I was a little kid. My first computer experience. Anyway, Rhaegar going to be picked up there for the side of Team R2. So they may be looking at a Bloodlust comp here. We've been seeing a lot of Bloodlust coming out today, a lot of Bloodlust coming out this last week. And Leoric is going to be the pickup as well. So another good percentage-based hero with that drain. He can get a lot of value out on Diablo nowadays, again, with a 1.5 health. Because a zillion wasn't enough, you know, a little extra. 2 more picks coming out here from the Squirtle squad. They could still go Alarak. We saw them do very, very well with that last game. Definitely want another frontliner, I think, to go with Diablo, but maybe not somebody that's a tank. Could still use some good backline damage. A lot of good options for that still available with Lunara. Possibly a more mage heavy damage, something like a Jaina, like a Kael'thas. Li Ming still on the table if they wanted to try and get that out. They are going to go with Tyrael as the frontliner, so feeding a little bit into that Tychus pickup. But it looks like they are not afraid of the percentage-based damage right now. Instead are looking for a little bit more frontline presence, a little bit more push up against this melee-heavy comp that's coming out so far. And it is going to be Gul'dan, so they're going to choose for the wave clear. No big burst damage. Gul'dan kind of fits into that category, sort of. But definitely there are a lot more bursty heroes in the game. And one last pick here for the side of Team R2. They have strong frontline. They don't have a whole lot of backline damage just yet. And I'm not sure who their solo lane is. Leoric can be a solo laner. But I guess you could say the same thing about Squirtle Squad. Gul'dan, probably the best solo laner. They will go with Vala as that backline damage. And it's like we are pretty much ready to go here. I think we're we're definitely missing somebody in lobby. Let's see, who are we missing? Yeah, we only got 9 out of 10 in lobby, so... Hey. So overall, I do yet again really like Squirtle Squad's draft here. I feel like they got a very strong front line. They are feeding a little bit into the high HP heroes, Leoric and Tychus a little bit, but I still feel like they've got a lot of push, a lot of potential for CC. The Bloodlust could be real after 10 if Team R2 is able to keep up. But with that Sylvanas, let's see. So yeah, it looks like we have somebody having connection issues here for Team R2, so we'll give them a few minutes here to get set and get ready to go. But a lot of percentage-based damage against Diablo and Tyrael, but ultimately I'm worried for Team R2 that they may fall into the same trap as they did this last game. Good solid wave clear for many of the members of Squirtle Squad. I do like their odds of being able to pick up these Punishers, and with Sylvanas, they have the ability to really snowball on this map. We saw that very, very early fort and a ton of damage on the bottom keep on Brax's holdout in the last match. And then as soon as they got an advantage, they turned their eyes directly on that keep and got it. Wasn't soon after they went around to the top, got an advantage there, and pushed the top fort. And the Squirtle squad is very, very good at rotating together, getting these advantages picked up, and then just using that Sylvanas pick to capitalize. Sylvanas is a win more hero. And so, the cries of DQ have come in from Resolve. That's okay. That's okay. We're fine. We're fine. We got plenty of time. They did get out a pretty quick first game, and heck, these next matches aren't scheduled to start until 3:30. So I feel like got nothing but time here for the rest of this one. So just a quick update to the brackets for you guys. Brawls Deep has won. I don't know if that was a forfeit or just a straight up slaughtering. I didn't get a chance to watch it myself, but Brawls Deep did indeed obtain victory over Identity Crisis Esports, the 40th seed there, so they have moved on. Winner of this match is going to get the extreme pleasure of going and facing our overlords in Chair League, Brawls Deep. The other bracket, of course, is Miasma Esports versus Team 9th. The third seed Miasma against 38 seeded team there for Team 9th. And the winner of that match will go on to face the winner of Rip the Dream versus North Arrow. 10th and 15th seed. That's probably a pretty decent match. All right, looks like we got Saber on in here, and on we go, on through the lobby. These teams on in here. Infernal Shrine's coming up. One of the favored maps here in Heroes of the Storm. It's a very highly picked map. A lot of teams really like it. It's very predictable. Seems to me like in competitive Heroes esports action that we see the maps that are picked up are the ones that are the most, a lot of times are the most predictable. That's what teams seem to like the most. And nothing more predictable than the Punisher. He's very AI based in how he works and how everything works with him. It's very easy to bait him over the wall, and he moves in predictable ways. People can cheese him off very easily. All right, so we are loading in here for game number 2. We are here in the quarterfinals. Team R2 versus the Squirtle Squad, fighting for that top 4 position in the Chair League Holiday Extravaganza tournament. And should be a good one here. I'm not going to count Team R2 out here. They had a lot of good, solid moments in that first game, and they do have a solid comp to at least be able to counter in team fighting. I don't know if they've built necessarily super well for the map, but I do feel like team fight versus team fight, especially post 10, they get a good bloodlust off. They can really deal a lot of hurt over to the side of the Squirtle Squad. But on the left, we do have Team R2. It is going to be the Turk on Leoric. Tippin Tricks is going to be playing Rhaegar. Stereophonic on the Zarya. Lightsy is going to be playing Vala, and Saber is going to be playing Tychus. Team R2. On the right, we do have Resolve to Solve going to be playing Gul'dan. Swabs Magoo is going to be playing Tyrael. Crispy is going to be playing somebody in there. Sylvanas. Ember is going to be playing Malfurion. And Toon Slim on Diablo. They are Squirtle Squad. Both teams electing to go ahead and come into the mid. Right away, we see the Turk hitting that Drain Life out on Toon Slim. Gonna be trying to take advantage of that healing resource all game long, I imagine. And there it is once again. We see the triangle of health here. Resolve to Solve feeding off the Turk, who's feeding off of Toon Slim. This is just a leeching game, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what to say, but Toon Slim getting in a little bit too far, going after Lightsy. They are going to exchange him for Tychus, however. Swabs Magoo also getting very low. Tip and Trick's going to get around the backside. The Turk, with that Drain Life, will finish it off, and that's a 2-for-1 exchange early. Stereophonic getting in there deep as well. He's going to get rooted, as Anzaria is going to have to try and back out of the situation. The Chain Life will come in at the last second by Tip and Tricks to be able to top him off and keep him safe. But overall, it is a 2-for-1 exchange early. Team R2 is going to be able to push through the mid here and start to get this rotational advantage as well. Four-man rotation coming in here from Team R2 very quickly, rotating through that that bottom shrine area. Toon Slim going to come in and interrupt that, though. Says no thank you to that rotation in the mid. I'm going to go ahead and wait here for somebody to step out. It is going to be Lightsy who gets targeted. However, able to roll out and cause the minion to be the one that gets suplexed instead of himself. Resolve to solve, also getting that full Drain Life out onto Lightsy. And we do also see Stereophonic getting suplexed. The root comes out. Stereophonic getting very low. The poison owning all of the health bar there. But Stereophonic able to get those shields out to be able to save himself and Lightsy for now. We're going to see the full back coming out from R2 as this first shrine has spawned in the mid lane. They do leave Tychus up there to soak. They're going to look to get the level 4 here first, heal up, and then re-engage. But 10 minions, make it 15, already picked up here for the side of Squirtle Squad. So they've done a nice job of getting the lead here. The Turk going to miss that Drain Life out on Toon Slim, so he's going to have to wait for that to come back up. Rhaegar's healing, not as strong as it once was back in the day. So it's going to have to be careful here as they do start this. They have started to catch up a little bit. Resolve to solve very low here as Ember starts to come back in with full mana. Is going to start to be able to top off these health bars. Toon Slim getting caught out here on Diablo is going to go down, but they do exchange him for Vala here early. Vala in very, very far. The Turk goes down. Saber coming in from the bottom side, but Tip and Trick's extremely low. Stereophonic also low. But is going to go down here, and that is a 2-for-1 exchange when all is said and done. Good work there by Resolve to Solve, getting in there deep. Ember also doing a nice job of trying to keep the members up, keep that CC going out, and they will be able to finish off this Punisher just in time, able to get that before the members of Team R2 could come back with those full health bars from rezzing up, and it is going to start pushing in the mid here. They do fail to bait it over the wall, however. A little bit of a misplay there, as now we're going to be able to see this Frozen Punisher sieging the wall. Is going to get through it here. And as the freezes start to come out, the Punisher jumps in, and Toon Slim jumping in after it with going after Stereophonic here. And Toon Slim's going to have to back out, though. Lightsy doing a nice job of at least poking him back here. And they will be able to get this Punisher down without too much damage. Good bit of damage coming out of the fort, but they are able to ultimately save it. Meanwhile, the Turk having to back out here as well from the situation. Saber getting a little bit aggressive, trying to get that kill out on Resolve in the back, but he will be able to get out here and get to the well. Pretty even on XP so far. Both of these teams doing a nice job of soaking. But they are going to be looking for this rotation. Toon Slim is going to find something he likes here. The stun goes out onto Lightsy. Stereophonic coming up from the top, trying to get the heal out, but Lightsy ultimately going to die to the Gul'dan poison. Resolve doing a nice job of juking for a little while. Stereophonic actually jukes another one of those orbs. Is going to be able to walk away. Stereophonic not able to find that kill. Will get rooted. The damage is out, and the poison is going to be close, but he is able to survive. And both teams actually going to walk away without any other losses there. Vala is lost, but ultimately they don't take the camp. The Turk is going to be able to go up and finish this, I think, before any rotation comes in. That's crazy aggression here from Squirtle Squad early. Both teams level 7, fairly even here. We see the rotations out to start to get these camps picked up. Or I should say the soak coming out. The camp's not being prioritized. But we do see Stereophonic getting suplexed onto those roots, but is able to make it out here. The Turk doing a nice job of pressuring Toon Slim, and I think we're seeing we're seeing the counter here. The Turk has really found it with this counter to Diablo. He just keeps getting blown up as soon as he goes in because of the percentage-based damage here from Tychus and from Leoric. You know, we do see the Shrine activating in the top. Lightsy's going to go ahead and get this started. Swabs Magoo also around here. But just waiting for the rotations to come in. Both teams rotating. Both teams level 8. So neither team has a real strong advantage here. We see the Drain Hope actually going out on Crispy there instead of Toon Slim. Not getting that extra damage out. Lightsy getting in a little bit deep. Is going to have to back up for the moment. But good solid poke damage out here as Squirtle Squad. The health bar is actually looking a little bit low here. Ember trying to slowly heal these guys up, but we do see the isolation here onto Stereophonic. He will get completely exploded before the Turk can really get down there and do anything to defend. They are able to push them back a little bit here. Toon Slim slowly being healed by these Malfurion heals. But they are going to be able to get a positional advantage on this Shrine for the moment to start to catch up. They pretty much instantly get back up to the 14, but Vala is rooted. The cleanse comes out, but not able to walk away in time. The Turk is also going to go down. So a 2-for-0 exchange there is a nice response from Squirtle Squad as we saw Team R2 try to re-engage on the Shrine. They have gotten a 5 minion lead at this point, and they are starting to extend it. Saber still staying in, trying to get the damage out, trying to deny some of these at least, and they are able to push them back here. Very aggressive rotation here. As the charge comes in, we do see Gul'dan go down, but they are going to exchange him for Stereophonic there. And right away, Tippin' is empty on mana. Is going to have to back out here. Saber is not going to be able to get away. And Crispy doing a nice job of pressuring. They are going to be able to pick up this Archaean Punisher. And they're going to have Sylvanas with pretty high mana output here to be able to really push with this in the top lane. This is a 4-man push. And they have level 10 as well, so the Turks got to be very careful here. Almost got to just give this up at this point. They're not able to bait it over the wall, not able to safely do anything. Stereophonic actually in a lot of danger here. As the Punisher tries to dive, he is able to get out for the moment. As they bait the Punisher all the way to the front of the keep. But it does look like right now Squirtle Squad is electing to go ahead and just stay up here and take this fort down. The minion wave will finish that off. They do go in right as the Punisher goes down, getting a ton of damage out on Lightsy. They do have to be careful, though. Level 10s have been picked up here for the side of Team R2, so they are going to go ahead and back up for the moment. Still pretty good advantage gained here for the side of Squirtle Squad. They get the first fort of the game. They get a decent push in that top lane. And so they're going to have a lot going for them as they start to rotate and take the aggressive camps as well. The Turk is going to be able to scout this out, but the question is, are they going to be able to do anything about it? Camp already picked up here as he does hit that drain life out. But ultimately, we'll just see Swabs Magoo walk away from that long enough to Aldaruin's back in. And the Turk just gets completely annihilated there. That suplex into the root, man, that hurts. That is rough. As soon as you get CC'd and all that, it just goes down. But also very early camp capture here from the side of Team R2. We know that the Punisher was in the top lane for that last pickup there. So we will see Squirtle Squad able to go up and clear that. They will have the opportunity to take the advantage of picking up that top camp and having it push in that top lane. But it'll be against a fort front wall if they do it. So very nice macro here from the side of the Squirtle Squad, and the micro as well, as they get in there deep, get the combos out on Vala, and that is yet another pick for the side of Squirtle Squad. As slowly but surely they are starting to steamroll this into their favor. They are starting to snowball here on Infernal Shrines, similar to how they did it on Praxis Holdout in Game 1. So we do see the 2-man rotation here. They'll be able to shut down that camp and take it down very quickly with the Punisher and this Shrine spawning in the bottom lane. It is going to be complete opposite lane. They are either going to have to leave Leoric up here to push against that camp, or they are going to have to leave it alone as they go and try and pick that up in the bottom. And just the draining going back and forth here. So Resolve is actually going to rotate out, so we do see a big rotation here from Team R2. They realize they can't just leave this up here. But it is going to give a huge advantage over to the side of Squirtle Squad. They do have 13, so at this point, not sure that Team R2 would want to engage here anyway. They are going to go ahead and send Stereophonic to try and steal at least a couple of these minions, forestall this a little bit, but a very nice camp pickup here from the side of the Squirtle Squad. They, realizing that they don't need to pick this up right away, they drop back and pick that up. But we do see the Turk and Lightsy doing a nice job of at least opening up the front wall of this fort in the top lane. They realize there's nothing they can do early on here. They're going to be a little bit late back on the defense, but ultimately trying to get a little bit of advantage and pick up 13 in another lane. Something very important for them to do. They are able to successfully bait the Punisher over, but here comes the Squirtle Squad. As they come in, they are going to get the CC down on Rhaegar. Tippin' is able to make it out of there for the time being from that expulsion zone, but we will see the invulnerability going down here from that sanctification. Not able to really capitalize on it, though, as they weren't quite ready to go in. The Punisher's deciding to drop back and still work on that fort. And here he comes to the front line. They will bait it over the wall, but we will see them going in deep after it here. Toonslim goes in deep. Swabs Magoo goes in as well with that Apocalypse. They are able to completely delete Zarya, and they are going to get this front wall. It looks like they're thinking about retreating here. We do actually see Ember, interestingly enough, taking the healing talent there, Tranquility. The Bloodlust comes out, but they're being locked down and just completely owned here by the side of Squirtle Squad. Despite the Bloodlust, we see just a ton of damage coming down, and Lightsy's going to be taken down as well. Tippin' in trouble here, but we see instantaneously yet again all 5 members up, advantage gained. They are going to take that Sylvanas, shut down the tower, and get the first keep of the game. Squirtle Squad just rolling here, as they are going to go ahead and roll on out of here. But it's actually Toonslim calling the turnaround here on Stereophonic. Just kind of tired of those annoying little orbs flying in and poking him on their retreat. So they do turn and push him off a little bit here. That is going to give them the opportunity to mount up, get out of here, and tap. But man, I don't think that this is going to be very long. They're going to be out of here right away. You see the rotation right towards that camp right away. They are going to choose to go after Zarya instead, though. Stereophonic in the bottom lane. And this has been just a rough one for Stereophonic. Zarya, no real mobility. Not a whole lot of survivability either. It's caught out and blown up once again. 17 kills to 6 right now. A bloodbath in here on Infernal Shrines. It's Squirtle Squad starting to really flex their muscles. They'll rotate to the mid and take that mid fort. And now, a very, very strong move as this shrine spawns in the middle. They do have the ability to push directly onto a keep, assuming that they get this Punisher. They do have the 16 talents, so we see the aggressive rotation to be able to pick up the enemy camp. Nothing that Team R2 can do about this. So they're going to have to just back up and try and soak 16 at this point. And they are definitely on the back foot. Here on Infernal Shrines, I like to bring up the concept of how many lives do you have left in your life pool before you eventually run out. And I feel like slowly but surely R2 is running out while Squirtle Squad still has all 6 of their structures up. So they are really starting to steamroll here. And one team fight win could result in rotation to the bottom lane and possibly going to core here. Team R2 realizes that, so they realize they do have that keep in the mid lane. They can't just automatically sacrifice the rest of their game experience here. But Lightsy is going to be caught out here. Tombslim is going to be able to get him on into that. Oh man, the expulsion zone. Not enough to be able to zone them out as the roots came down. And we will see them picking up the Punisher. Vala's down for another 30 seconds. And the Punisher is going to start pushing into this mid lane as the tower going to be completely eliminated. And they'll set their sights on the keep here. 2 heroes with the ability to jump over the wall. Also very scary here. The jump over onto the Turk. They're going to go ahead and Aldruin's in at least with Swabs Magoo. The charge in as the cleanse comes down on Saber. Tippin' trying to save him, but the burst is real. Calypsy getting very low, but that Tranquility doing work, being able to bring them in here, and the Sanctification goes down as well. And Squirtle Squad gets a 3-for-0 exchange, 4-for-0 after the Vala. They are going straight for the core, and that is going to be it. Game 2 is going to be won in style here by the Squirtle Squad as they move on to the top 4 to face Brawls Deep here in the Chair League Holiday Extravaganza Tournament. Congratulations to the Squirtle Squad. The coordination was real. They had that one well in hand from the mid game, and they just, every time they had an advantage, they just had the Sylvanas, and they would just push with it. That's just bottom line. Game 1, Game 2 came down to the same thing. They coordinated, they rotated well, they got good picks, and then they would just push through those structures when they had the advantage, and that's all they needed. Very, very impressive. And I feel like for the side of Team R2, they just didn't have the ability to deal with the ultimates. You might think of Malfurion, Twilight Dream coming out there, but I love the Tranquility pickup. What he realized was all he needed to do was sustain his team through that. Ember just doing a great job of being able to sustain both games as Ariel with those amazing Aegises, and then the Tranquility pickup to be able to sustain his team through those push-ins. And he knew that if he could enable his team to stay alive long enough, that they could dominate with that Diablo pickup with the gold hand damage. Sylvanas coming in from the back, and she got Crispy got close to being killed a few times in those team fights, but I think it was the Q heal and the Tranquility together that would just allow them to keep up. So ton of heals coming out there from Ember. Definitely my MVP in that game too as well. Just keeping everybody alive for so long that it just seemed uncounterable. Just very, very strong here from the side of the Squirtle Squad. Let me go ahead and report them real quick here for the win. And that should bring up the top 4 match here for Brawls Deep, which is going to be being casted here by Synth Paradox. So we are definitely going to send the host on over to him here in just a few moments, and we'll be seeing that top 4 match at it's scheduled to start at 3:30. So I'll have to see if these guys are going to be waiting on that, or if they're going to have the go-ahead to start. I'm not sure how that's working. Maybe Super Jova can weigh in a little bit to see how that's going to work out. But like I said, big congratulations to both of these teams. They both played really, really well, and saw a lot of strength from Team R2, especially in that first game. It was my pleasure to cast them in the last game. They dominated in that best-of-1 series. They played extremely well, and making it to top 8 here in this Chair League Extravaganza tournament. Definitely a good, solid performance to hang your hat on. So, let's see. Yeah, looks like we've got the top 8 matches confirmed. North Arrow versus Miasma Esports, which is going to be, I believe, on Halloran's channel, if I am remembering correctly. Yep, and then we're going to have Synth Paradox. It's going to be hosting us for, or we're going to be hosting him, I should say, for this other top 4 match, Brawls Deep versus Squirtle Squad. Should be a lot of fun today, guys. Thank you very much for joining me for these Chair League matches. Also worth noting that I had a lot of fun playing in the matches today in the first couple rounds with Divine 9. Congratulations to Sky 5, who was able to move on over us in that match. It was a very good match on towers that they definitely earned that win. There we go. And yeah, I'm going to send it over to Synth Paradox with this host, and we will see you guys next time.